It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning and welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on this, the 28th day of April 2022, coming to you from Central Virginia. I'm your host, Chillie Falls, with today's news and stuff. A little cool day here this morning again. Not as bad as yesterday, but it's still kind of cool and yucky and windy. It's supposed to only get up in the 60s today, so it's not going to be very warm. But welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on this, the 28th day of the month. Today is National Blueberry Pie Day, and folks, that's not one of my favorites. Oh, I will occasionally eat a piece of blueberry pie, but I'm not real big on fruit pies, particularly. They're okay, but it's not, I don't care if it's blueberry or cherry or, any of them. Peach, apple. I'm more the chocolate pie guy, or bananas, banana pudding type, but not too much on blueberry pie. But anyway, it's Blueberry Pie Day, so go find a piece. That'd be okay. I do have some cruise ships sailing from North American ports today. And here's one we've never talked about before. Up in Portland, Maine, the MV Victory II sails. Down in New York and Manhattan, the Norwegian Dawn gets underway. Jacksonville, Carnival Elation. Port Canaveral, the MSC Divina and Mariner of the Seas both sail today. Miami, the Seabourn Odyssey. Tampa, the Carnival Paradise. New Orleans, the Carnival Valor. And San Francisco, the Carnival Miracle. The headlines for today: Margaritaville at Sea Paradise entertainment details. Kind of interesting. Norwegian's charcoal sauna at sea, and some changes in scheduling. We'll look at a little Carnival nostalgia and some changes in scheduling. That and lots more live here at 11 o'clock this morning. If you're listening via the podcast, welcome aboard. You can always access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net. I did post this morning on the blog a full review of accessibility of Navigator of the Seas. If you're interested in that, please check it out. Of course, you can always access the podcast wherever you get podcasts from, all the big guys. Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, TuneIn, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all of them. Just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and up that's the old fat travel guy. So, and always when you're on the podcast, if you want to flip over to the video feed, there'll be a link in the description of the podcast to do just that. Because we do sometimes, either I'm on an adventure and post some things, or one of the Chillie Cruises family is on an adventure and we post some things. Like Cindy Lee, a.k.a. Cindy Kane Daravianic, who's on the Norwegian breakaway with her better half, Nicholas. And by the way, Cindy says she spent the morning yesterday at the pool and on the sun deck, then a fun day of game shows, a delicious dinner at the Haven restaurant. She loves the Haven. Lots of shows, including Burn the Floor and Rob Little, a fantastic comedian on the ship. Even fit in some karaoke. She says video will follow on that. And today they're in Belize. So that would be Cindy on the pool deck. It's an indoor pool, at least where she is. I think there's both on breakaway. Yeah. And then the outside deck. And that's Cindy getting a little sun. And that's Saucy Cindy in the atrium. Nick has, I think that's a game card or something to do with one of the games they played. That's Nicholas at dinner. And Cindy having an adult beverage. She has been known, folks, on occasions, like me, to have an adult beverage. That's okay. It's okay on a cruise ship. And Cindy at dinner. And a little surf and turf. I love it. So that's Cindy from Norwegian Breakaway. As always, Cindy, thank you for sending some stuff in. All right, I'll be back with today's news after a word from one of our network sponsors. All right, on with the news. Let's start off with Margaritaville at sea. It was supposed to actually be official this weekend, and they put it off for 2 weeks. So it's now going to be the 14th of May, I believe it is, that Margaritaville at sea will become official. But they've announced details on the entertainment that guests can expect aboard the newly rebranded Margaritaville at Sea Paradise. Upon embarkation, passengers will be transported into a vacation state of mind, greeted by island-inspired music, fins up crew, team members, and iconic Margaritaville stilt walkers. The Tales from Margaritaville, Jimmy's Ship Show, will take guests on a musical journey to the islands. Written and produced by Jimmy Buffett and producer Frank Marshall, the show will feature memorable stories and songs inspired by Buffett's book, Tales from Margaritaville. Live music will be available in various spots around the ship, including the Oasis Room. Late night comedy will be available on select departures, and other entertainment and events on board include family game shows, themed parties, streaming concerts at sea, kids programming, and lots more. Other aspects of the ship will include a number of bars and restaurants, including JWB Prime Steak and Seafood, Land Shark Sports Bar, 5 O'Clock Somewhere Bar, Frank and Lola's Pizzeria, and the Port of Indecision Buffet. The ship will also feature Saint Somewhere Spa, Paradise Casino, Fins Up Fitness Center, and a variety of retail shops. I'm looking forward to going on Margaritaville at sea. I'm doing it in between 2 cruises from Tampa, just running across the state, jumping on that for 2 days over to Freeport and back, and going back to Tampa for the second half of that. Pretty excited about getting a chance to do that. So. Norwegian Prima. Norwegian Cruise Line has announced new details about the spa and fitness offering that will be available on the Prima class ships, which is the Norwegian Prima, which will be the next one out, and Norwegian Viva. The vessels will include the cruise industry's first charcoal sauna at sea, as well as a 2-story indoor spa waterfall. Derived from Japanese and Korean wellness practices, the charcoal sauna uses a radiant heat system with an outer charcoal layer to reach temperatures between 86 and 122 degrees Fahrenheit. The sauna will help boost circulation and metabolism while also removing toxins from the body. It will help heat muscle stiffness and tension, including relief from backaches, headaches, and arthritis. The charcoal sauna is one of the many thermal spa offerings in the Mandara Spa. Salt and steam rooms will also be available, as well as an ice room. No, thank you. Experiential showers, a flotation salt pool, and an infrared sauna. At the spa, guests can visit either the Vitality or Salt flotation pool, where they can enjoy the sounds of the 2-story indoor spa waterfall. Norwegian Cruise Line has had to cancel the inaugural voyage of the Prima. The cruise line says it's due to supply chain issues. The new class vessel was set to depart Amsterdam on August the 17th. That means now that Norwegian Prima's first voyage with guests will depart on September 3rd from Amsterdam. The 10-night cruise will end in Copenhagen on September 13th. Also from NCL, Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings has committed to striving for net zero emissions to all its operations and value chain by the year 2050. Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings operates Norwegian Cruise Line, Oceania Cruises, and Regent Seven Seas Cruises, which have combined a fleet of 28 ships. The company will expand its existing climate strategy, focusing on 3 main areas: reducing carbon intensity, investing in technology and research into alternative fuels, and implementing a voluntary program to reduce carbon emissions. Carnival Cruise Line is going to get a little nostalgic. It's revealed a new venue that will be featured on the Carnival Celebration cruise ship when she begins sailing towards the end of the year. The second XL class ship will feature the Golden Jubilee that will take guests back to older Carnival cruise ships. The new bar and lounge will be located in a yet-to-be-announced themed zone aboard the new vessel. The venue will highlight the cruise line's evolution of ships over the past 50 years. Of course, it comes as Carnival Cruise Line is celebrating its 50th birthday through 2022. The Golden Jubilee is located on Deck 6 in the same location as the Brass Magnolia can be found on the Mardi Gras. The space will have memorabilia of older vessels, showing how the cruise line has evolved through the different ships. And that's something I'm kind of looking forward to, folks, since I've been on Carnival forever. There will be all kinds of nostalgia at the venue, which guests might notice from older vessels, including those scrapped and long gone. Here are some of the highlights: a striking bar beneath 2-deck high ceilings, adorned with a multi-piece brass and chandelier, and surrounded by reproductions of blueprints depicting the evolution of Carnival's fun ships, including some hand-drawn designs by world-renowned architect Joe Farkas. Chairs recreated from the Carnival's Riverboat Lounge. I was on the Carnival, folks. Paired with cocktail tables from Carnival Fascinations Hollywood Boulevard, adorned with signed sketches representing movie classics by iconic caricaturist Al Hirschfeld. Original 17 by 7 full height etched glass, nickel and mahogany partition wall with 24 window panes from the TSS Mardi Gras Casino, separating the bar from the promenade. Original etchings of musical instruments, as well as polished brass and glass nightclub doors from the Carnival that will frame one of the lounge's entrances, allowing guests to physically walk through Carnival's history. So that's just a few of the things that you're going to find on Carnival. Now, also, the Carnival Breeze just came out of dry dock and got back to Galveston a day later than scheduled. Took a little bit longer on across the Atlantic. leaving from Cadiz, Spain. As a result, the Carnival cruise ship's first voyage from Port of Galveston has been shortened from a 5-day to a 4-day cruise. All right, that's it on news today, folks. It was a little bit on the light side. Let's go over and see who's fussing at me in the chat room. Lizzie's with us. Hi, Lizzie Lou. Hot Air Tom's here from Central Virginia, back home again. Says, hello, everybody. Hot Air Tom likes strawberry pie. Lizzie likes apple pie. Gretchen's here. Hi, Gretchen. Carol's with us. Katie's here listening while I drive. So hello, everyone. Nikki's with us down in Jacksonville. Hi, Nick. So it's been a busy couple days for me, folks. I have had lots of messages, lots of calls and contacts from the New York Times article, podcast, whatever you want to call it, the audio version. It's given the channel a jolt of some new blood. We've picked up 27, 28 new subscribers. We've also picked up well over 500 new views to the channel. The views on the last couple shows have been way up, so it's been a nice little add-on to the channel. So if any of you are new and watching the show today, welcome aboard. You can always jump in the chat room with the folks that are there. They're there every day, chatting back and forth. So next on my agenda is actually got a couple things. One, I've got a special guest that's going to be coming on soon. And then on Tuesday of next week, before I leave, we're going to have Shelby on. We're going to talk about a group cruise that I have mentioned before that Shelby has put together for us. So we're going to talk about that some on Tuesday. And then I'll be leaving on the train on the 4th. And my schedule on the train, I leave on the Northeast Regional train at 7:30 a.m. on the 4th. I am planning to do shows from the train. Of course, I've got to get in and get settled in here that first day. Might be a challenge, but we're going to see how we can do. But I take the Northeast Regional train to Washington, then I get on the Capital Limited from Washington to Union Station in Chicago, then on the California Zephyr to Sacramento, change trains in Sacramento on the Coast Starlight up to Seattle. And coming home, I'll be on the Empire Builder from Seattle all the way over to Chicago. And one of the stops along the way is in some little burg in Montana, when our buddy John is going to jump on the train and ride the train with me for a day back to the farm in Minnesota. And he'll get off at Grand Forks, which is close, of course, to the farm. I will continue on to Washington and another train back to Lynchburg. And I get in here actually pretty late at night on May the 19th, following my Quantum of the Seas cruise to Alaska from Seattle. So that's the next adventure from the Fat Travel Guy. So looking forward to it. And we're going to be doing live streaming all the way across the country from who knows where on the trains and then, of course, on the cruise ship. So that is going to wrap me up for today, folks. So as always, you guys stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising, and hopefully one day soon we'll all meet on the high seas. For now, have a terrific day. I'll see everybody tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time for Friday's travel and cruise industry news. This is the old fat travel guy. Later, y'all.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.